I have installed a lot of aftermarket car alarms throughout my career, and in regards to the features you get with a good quality car alarm, I honestly thought I had seen everything. But then I came across this, the Easyguard EC002P, and wow, the features you get with this car alarm, well, they're absolutely amazing. I mean, sure, it supports remote start and passive keyless entry, so when you walk back to your car with your smartphone, the car will automatically unlock for you. But this car alarm also supports NFC as well. So I can just touch my phone against the hidden NFC sensor here behind my windscreen, and my car will unlock for me. I know, how cool is that? Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button because that's what you're going to see on this channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing another car alarm, and this time it's the Easyguard EC002P, and it is packed with some seriously cool features, such as app control, passive keyless entry, a built-in GPS tracking system, remote start, push start, and even NFC control. Yes, this is definitely a perfect car alarm for tech lovers like me, and possibly you as well. All of the features it has are definitely exciting to have and use. Now, before I continue, I will just make it clear that I will not be covering the installation of this car alarm system in this video at all, in regards to the wiring. This review is purely just to show you what you get when you buy this car alarm system, and to demonstrate to you how the features of the system works. One of the main reasons I will not be covering the installation is because I have actually modified the internal design and wiring harnesses of this car alarm quite drastically, as I needed to do this to ensure it would work exactly how I needed it to with my car. My reason for redesigning this car alarm is so that it can control some other tech that I will be adding to my car that you will be able to see in future videos on this channel if you're interested. Now, even though I have redesigned this car alarm, the features of this car alarm that you will be seeing in today's video will still function the same, with the exception of the flashing park lights, which I have completely redesigned, as I wanted to keep the functionality of my car's lighting system operating as original as possible. This is a high-quality built alarm system, designed for 12-volt vehicles only. It is also considerably more expensive as well when compared to other PKE systems. However, it is also supplied with a lot more features, so not only are you paying for quality, but you're also paying for the extended features that the system offers as well, which a lot of the other cheaper PKE car alarm systems don't have. Of course, being high quality means reliability is also included in the cost you pay as well. I will also like to add that the car alarm comes beautifully presented in this high quality box here, with incredibly easy to read and very detailed instructions for both the installation and operation of the system. The documentation supplied is very well written, and from my experience, the customer service from Easyguard has also been incredibly good. They were unbelievably nice and helpful to deal with, which shows you how much they really do care about their customers as well, and that's fantastic to see. Now, as I have already mentioned, this system does also support remote start and push start. This here is actually the push start button that's supplied with the kit, but I personally will not be installing a remote start or push start features of this system, simply because I do not want those features on my car. I have done this in the past with my Volkswagen, which you may have already seen on this channel, but remote start is just not a feature I use, so I have decided not to install it on my Alfa Romeo. However, if you are interested in remote start, I have made a very in-depth video on this topic before, which again you will find on this channel, and that you can watch if you are interested. I'll leave a link to that video for you at the end of the video. If you do choose to install and use the remote start features of the system though, I will add this system is very easy to wire up for this functionality to work. Some car alarms do not make remote start as easy to set up as this one does, so well done to Easyguard for making this feature so easy to set up, even for the more amateur installers. Of course, installing remote start will also require you to purchase and install a optional immobilizer bypass module as well, if your car is equipped with a factory installed transponder immobilizer system, which these days the majority of them are. You can find more information on how to do this in my remote start video that I mentioned before. Now, apart from all of the exciting features I have mentioned already, the Easyguard EC002P does have all of the basic features as well, such as remote locking, remote trunk release, flashing park light notifications, dome light supervision, valet mode, panic mode, car finder, auto locking, anti-hijacking, power status memory, as well as other optional features as well. And because the system supports PKE, Passive Keyless Entry, you can also control the system through an app on your smartphone as well. Now, just as a quick recap for those of you who don't know what Passive Keyless Entry is, it's a feature that allows you to lock and unlock your car using your phone or key fob without having to remove it from your pocket or bag. So as you will see, when I start to walk away from the car, now with my smartphone, the car will eventually automatically lock by itself when I am a few meters away from the car. Like that. The distance and sensitivity are both adjustable as well. And now when I walk back to the car, it will automatically unlock for me again as well. Just like that. Now of course you can also lock and unlock your car manually as well, using the app by just tapping on the lock and unlock symbols here in the app. So for example, it locks the car and that unlocks the car. So lock and unlock. And of course you can also open the trunk of your car as well using the app. So to do that you just tap on trunk and then tap on confirm. And as you can see and probably just heard, trunk has now just opened. Another great feature with the app is the lock and unlock symbols here also change color when the car is locked or unlocked, which is a great feature because this confirms with you if the car is indeed either locked or unlocked. And that is important to know for your car security. Another feature that is included with a lot of aftermarket PKE car alarm systems, including this Easyguard EC002P as well, is shake lock. Yes, you can also lock your car by simply just shaking your smartphone. As you saw, the car just locked. And to unlock the car, you just shake your phone again. And the car unlocks. So, lock, unlock. The sensitivity of this feature is also adjustable through the app as well. It's also important to note that to use this feature, the app must be running in the background on your phone at all times. Now when installing aftermarket passive keyless entry with the Easyguard EC002P in particular, a separate Bluetooth module is also required to be purchased separately. You will also be required to install antennas to your car as well, and the Easyguard EC002P comes with 3 of them. These 2 antennas here are solely for the PKE system, and generally you would mount one at the top of the front windscreen and maybe the other one on the rear windscreen, but these positions are optional though, as to ensure you get the best and strongest signal for the PKE system to perform its best, it may require you mount them in other locations. And remember, a PKE antenna is also a directional antenna, so mounting the antenna horizontally or vertically will make a difference. I personally have decided to mount both the PKE antennas on the front windscreen, so one on each side. So we've got one up there on the right hand side of the windscreen, and then we've got another one mounted up there on the left hand side of the windscreen. I have always found the range to be sufficient enough when set up like this, but of course if I had more time to do the installation, mounting one of the PKE antennas at the rear of the car would give me a larger range coverage if I found that I required it. This antenna here is the high frequency antenna, which most installers would probably mount anywhere near the A-pillar or rear view mirror of the car, which depending on the car you're installing it on is usually a more than adequate place for it to go. As you can see, I personally have mounted the high frequency antenna, again just up here on my windscreen, next to my rear view mirror. As it usually does work well mounted in this location, it looks tidy and it's out of the way, and I always think that it's also a place where it looks the best as well. The Easyguard EC002P also has a built-in GPS tracking system as well, as already mentioned, which conveniently also works through the same app as the rest of the system. It is a 4G tracking system, and to set this up and use it, an optional GPS tracking module, like this one here, is also required to be purchased. The great thing about this GPS tracking module though is not only is it 4G, it also has Bluetooth built into it as well. So buying the GPS tracking module will also work for the PKE system as well. Therefore you will not need to buy the separate Bluetooth module to be able to use the PKE features. if you buy this GPS module instead. So this is definitely a more cost-effective solution if you also want the GPS tracking feature. The GPS module should be mounted out of sight and away from any metal areas. I am going to mount my GPS module just above the Blue and Me module, just here. For two main reasons. One, there is nowhere else to put this in the car where it has a perfect line of sight with the satellites. And two, I know there is no metal objects around this area that will interfere with the GPS signal. And preferably it should also be mounted upside down as well, like this. So the built-in antenna in the device is facing upwards towards the sky. Doing this will ensure optimal performance with the GPS and Bluetooth features of this alarm system. Now, with the GPS tracker, if I'm honest, in my personal opinion, I would have to say I have used slightly better GPS tracker apps. But the best thing about this GPS tracker, in my opinion, again, is how it is built directly into the same app that you use to control the rest of your car alarm system. This is unbelievably convenient, as you only need to use one app to do everything. If I ask it for my current location, as you may be able to see on camera, but probably not, it's a bit small, it's telling me I am currently located in a street called Puriri Street, and that is 100% correct. That is where I am currently parked right now. The GPS tracker app can also keep a driver's log record as well. So if you tap on drive, in this part of the app, it will log your speed, driving time, and mileage. And somewhere I saw before that it also gives you the option to set up a geofence as well. So if the vehicle is moved from its current location, you will be notified about it. And of course, this is a rather important feature to have for the security of your car. It uses Google Maps, so satellites and terrain views are also available, as well as a physical road map. Having a GPS tracker built into your car security system is definitely a great design feature, without any doubt, and with massive benefits as well. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, the Easyguard EC002P also supports NFC as well. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so most of you will already know what NFC is. It stands for Near Field Communication, and it is a short distance wireless communication technology that we all use, for example, when we try to purchase something using our smartphone or smartwatch. Well, with the Easyguard EC002P, you are also able to lock and unlock your car using this technology as well. And you do that by using these supplied NFC tags and cards. To use this NFC feature though, of course, you will also need a NFC reader. And the good news is this is supplied with the kit as well. So to be able to use the NFC features of this car alarm system, you will again also need to install this to your car as well. The best place for the NFC reader to be installed, well, definitely on this particular car anyway, is at the bottom of the front windscreen. As you can see, I've got it installed just in the corner there. Obviously, because NFC only works over a very short distance, the thickness of a glass window is usually the best place for the NFC reader to go. And one great thing about mounting it there on this particular car, with this particular windscreen design, is you're also unable to see it from the outside of the car as well. And that's great because it keeps it out of sight from car thieves. And once the NFC reader is installed, I have to admit this feature does work incredibly well. And over the last couple of weeks of testing the system, it has been very reliable. The way this works is all you need to do is place any one of these NFC tags or cards near the NFC reader, and the car will lock. To unlock the car, just simply place the NFC tag near the reader again, and the car unlocks. So, lock, unlock. This is a very cool and useful feature, and it's also a standalone feature as well that has absolutely nothing to do with the app or your smartphone at all. Now, if this feature is not exciting enough for you, it gets better, because the Easyguard EC002P also has the ability to lock and unlock your car using the NFC function of your smartphone or smartwatch. This feature does only support Android though. However, unfortunately from my experience with any of these NFC smartphone supported car alarm features, this feature does not work with all phones and for all countries. And unfortunately New Zealand seems to be one of the countries that is not supported. This is about the 5th NFC system I have tested now, and all the brands I have tried have refused to work with my smartphone or my smartwatch. The way it is supposed to work with your phone is you add an NFC card to your Google Wallet, but after extensive testing it just will not work with any of my Android phones for me here in New Zealand. Some people have more success using the Samsung Pay app, but that is also not supported and available in New Zealand either, so I cannot try that. So this feature, depending on where you live and the phone you have, may or may not work. But there is some more good news. Because there is a way around this problem, and it's a way that will work worldwide and with all smartphones, including iPhones as well. And the solution to this problem is by using this little sticker that is also supplied with the EC002P. This is a programmable NFC chipped sticker, which you can program to the alarm system and then simply just stick it onto the back of your phone. And once done, you are now able to lock and unlock your car using your smartphone. Like that. And it works absolutely perfectly every single time that you try it. One important thing I will point out though, and this may only be with my particular smartphone, is it won't work if you put the NFC chip sticker inside the cover of your phone. If your phone cover was extremely thin, you may be lucky and get away with it. But for me, the phone cover is just too thick on this phone. So therefore the NFC chip sticker must be stuck directly on the back of the phone for it to work reliably. Now, the alarm's main control interface, as you can probably see, does have quite a few connections to plug various things into, due to all of the features that it has, but it is in no means a difficult alarm to install if you know what you're doing. Now, as you can also probably see, I have had to quite drastically modify the car alarm's wiring harnesses as well, but I did need to do that. So the factory wiring harnesses that are supplied with this alarm will look different and will also be a lot longer in length as well when you buy it. Now, the big connection socket here on the main control interface is for the main power source and remote start features. Next to that, the little white socket is just where the supplied push start button plugs into. The high frequency antenna plugs into the red socket here on the side, and this is just a dip switch for some of the customizable settings that you can adjust with the alarm. Now, on the back of the alarm, we have the programming button just hiding in here in this hole. This here is again, another main harness plug, which is for controlling the central locking, doors, boot, lights, etc. And these two connection sockets here are where you plug the PKE antennas into. The socket next to that is used for a external plug-in shock sensor if supplied. And lastly, the socket here is for the NFC reader, or the alternative keypad if supplied. You can also get an optional keypad with this car alarm system as well, if you want it, and you can use that to also control the alarm system. In regards to using an external siren with this car alarm, by default it's actually designed to be used with your car's horn, so therefore it is not supplied with a siren at all. I do have car alarm sirens in stock, but for now I want to keep it as close to the car's factory system as possible, which is controlled silently. Because the system supports the flashing park light features, for now that is all I require for my personal preference, so I will not be connecting it to a siren or the car's horn. Now, as for shock protection, this car alarm is not supplied with the external plug-in shock sensor. This is optional and can be purchased with the system if you want it. Now, there are also some blank uncut key blades that come supplied with this car alarm as well. These key blades in particular look like Toyota, which won't be any use to me as my car is an Alfa Romeo, but you can get key blades to suit your particular car from virtually anywhere online, or quite possibly even from Easyguard themselves as well. These key blades, of course, are only of any use if you're going to be using the remote control fobs, because yes, this car alarm also is supplied with 2 remote control fobs as well, if you do not want to control the system using the app or by NFC, because you can also use these remote fobs as a standalone way to control your alarm as well. They just operate on a 433 MHz band frequency for normal operation. However, they are also PKE remotes as well, so we'll also communicate with the car alarm over a Bluetooth connection, just like your smartphone does. So you can just walk away from the car, and when you are a few meters away from the car with the remote control in your hand or your pocket or your bag, the car will automatically lock itself, like that. And then of course walking back to the car again, when you get back in range, the car will unlock itself as well. And because it's a remote control, you can of course use it to manually control the alarm as well. So press the top button to lock it, the bottom button to unlock it, and pressing the middle button twice will also open your trunk. The remote fobs are powered up off a CR2032 3-volt battery, and yes, they do also use rolling code technology as well for increased security against code hopping. And yes, I know they do look like Audi remotes, but they are not Audi remote keys at all. They are just aftermarket designed remote fobs that look the same. This system can also be supplied with other types of remote control fobs as well. These again are just what I personally chose. So guys, that is how this Easyguard EC002P PKE Car Alarm system works. And if you're still sitting down watching this video and now thinking, wow, that's one of the coolest car alarms I've ever seen, I totally agree with you. It is, and it's also one of the best quality PKE car alarm systems I have ever installed as well. It does everything it's advertised to do, and it does all of that very well. It's been a very reliable car alarm system over the last 2 weeks of testing and reviewing it, and I seriously do love it. Easyguard do make a good quality car alarm with some incredibly good features. I have installed lots of car alarms throughout my career, and PKE car alarms have always been one of my favourite type of car alarms, purely because of the technology and features they are designed with, and because of my love for tech. In my opinion, the more tech in my life, the better. Anyway guys, that now brings us to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I have put the link in the description area below that you can use if you're interested in purchasing one of these car alarm systems for yourself. If you liked this video or found it helpful, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week, and I hope to see you all in the next video.